the new wealth created globally. Half of the new wealth created globally has gone to the richest 1% of humanity.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the reasons why the United States' golden age may be coming to a close.
So if you look at studies about the kinds of people that run for Congress, they're increasingly being drawn from people who are more on the extremes rather than the middle.
Number 10. Overextension of military commitments and resources.
American military spending reached $916 billion in 2023.
Shalom, I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakodash, and all honors to the apostles and others of great mercy and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I'm Noah Allah from Jim, Chicago, and I'm going to just do a quick lesson about, this, what you're beginning to see here, about this comment talk, alright? It says top 10 reasons why the American Empire may end by 2026. But now, you're hearing, you're hearing this more comment, America, coming to a complete end. America's basically finished, all right, and there are many reasons why this empire, all right, this current empire is failing, all right, whether it be politically, financially, all right, geopolitically, but this ultimately, the end of Esau's rulership is really coming tonight, all right. It's really just near, all right. But here's Job chapter 14 verses 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, who has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And the Lord, he appointed Esau's bounds that he cannot pass. All right, the Lord sets up whoever he wants in rulership. All right. And Esau, Esau only has but a short time to rule. All right. Yeah, good example. Daniel 4:17. This is the matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, and the intent that living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. He setteth up over it the basis of men. And then right now, the Lord, he put Esau in rulership, right? The basis, the base men on this earth. All right. And Esau, or you can see that Esau doesn't know how to, Esau can't rule for shit. All right. Then 2:21, and then changeth the times, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. And that's right. The Lord is the one that that sets up an empire. He puts these kings in place. All right. These presidents. These governments. These world powers that he sets up in place, and over time, all right, the Lord takes them down. All right, the Lord takes them out of power over time. Psalms 75:7. It says, but Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another. All right, goes ahead and shows you that the Lord is the one that is in control. The Lord, sets up in rulership, sets up whoever He wants in rulership. All right. And here, Esau, Edom, the wicked, all right, he is in rulership today. But you can see that his empire, his American empire, is now failing. All right. It says Matthew 12:26. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Mark 3:26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. And, that's what you're seeing. All right, one of the examples is, Esau divided against himself. All right. And, a nation divided against itself, cannot stand. And you see that, here in America especially, there's a lot of division now more so than ever. All right. You got a lot of people here in America are really just divided now more so than ever, politically. All right. And morally. And now here in America, all right, there's been recent talks about still ongoing talks about potential civil war, which will happen, and you can see the build up to that with the stuff that you see that's going on in the news, all right, with this with ICE and the immigration. And the FEMA camps that Esau has set up and stuff, those recent attacks that those Democrats try to pull off against ICE agents. All right, Esau is really just divided against himself, and that's another thing that that Esau's kingdom is coming to an end. Continue. And then here you also got these Edomites, all right, that see that Trump is in place, in office, but meanwhile Trump is basically fucking everything up here in America. And yeah, a lot of these Edomites really think that they have another 5, 10, 15, 20 or a decade here of years in America, but or maybe forever. Or really, Esau's kingdom is going down fast. All right. Psalms 49 and in 11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And yeah, that's the inward thought of these elites too, especially because Esau wants to accomplish a new order, all right, by the way of by microchipping everybody on the planet. All right. Total control. A one world government under Esau's rulership. Well, yeah, one world government and Esau's rulership, In their dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own names. And yeah, Esau even does that until this very day. Right? All the lands that he has stolen and shit, he renames it, himself. Yeah, I'll be closing it up with this. But this is Second Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's what you're beginning to see now. Slowly or gradually, alright, we're getting there. With still has to be a couple of prophecies that have to be fulfilled. Alright, guy returns and takes his man out of power. But yeah, Esau's kingdom is definitely going down. Or Esau's rulership is really, coming to an end. You're seeing it right before our eyes. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.